All right. Welcome back to the stream. Thank you, Haikiri. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. And we're going to get back into Tomb Raider Underworld tonight and more than likely finish it up because I think we're pretty damn close to the end last time I left off. And yeah, I think it's probably going to be a short one in terms of Tomb Raider Underworld, but I do have another game lined up to do right after that. So we'll see how it carries on for us, but let's go ahead and get started on this. And I will launch up in just a sec here. Alright, so last time we did this game, Lara ended up getting Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, and with it the means to unlock the gates to Helheim. She let Natla go in the process, so that might not have been a good idea, but that's what was done. And what's more, she actually found her mother, which was quickly brushed over by the fact that Natla was planning on doing something else, which I don't know if we fully have disclosed. But Amanda came to Lara's rescue. We got rid of the doppelganger in pretty damn quick fashion. And yeah, so on and so forth. The whole mother thing. It was, I don't know, it was kind of sad, but it was brushed over so quickly that barely had time to register. She was kind of alive, but not really. She turned into a thrall, I think. So she was kind of left in this undead state. I don't know, it was weird. Oh, right, the resume is right in the middle there, where you don't actually have to press anything. Yes, I remember this concept. But anyway, yeah, we're looking at finishing up the story here. I think there's a little bit of gameplay left, because I do remember having to work with some kind of, I don't know, thing. Let's do this. It's a little quick right off the bat. I should have... Where the hell is the hammer? There it is. And the shitty thing is I can't, like, use the left key to go back. Okay. Thank you. Jeez. So... Oh. No, we don't want that. Yeah, I guess it's fine. Alright, so we're looking to stop Natla right now. I don't remember if the doppelganger actually comes back or not. It was another one of those things where it's like once we reach the final point here, everything happens so suddenly and so rapidly that barely has any time to register. But despite the fact that we freed Natla from Amanda's boat, Amanda has come to our rescue. She said that Natla is going to do something, wreak havoc on the world if she is allowed to continue whatever she's going to do here. So, sounds like it's kind of serious. So we'll look at trying to stop her, I suppose. But it all, I mean, many plot threads throughout this trilogy of games came to a halt so suddenly. It was like, I don't know, I was kind of taken aback at one hand. I feel like if any of this stuff could have had a little bit more time to breathe, it would have been a little bit better. But, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe there's a little bit left. Maybe everything that we saw wasn't exactly the final conclusion of all that, but can't say for sure. I'm going to check one thing here real quick, though. Let me just make sure that... Okay, cool. I remember turning the volume down. Sorry, that might not have gone through. I remember turning the volume down when I was streaming Arkham last night. I don't remember if I actually turned it back up. And it looks like I did, so that's good. Which, that was during the credit sequence of Arkham. That was only about an hour after I was streaming. And then I continued to stream for an additional 2 hours, so that would have been a problem, I think.
Shut it down! Lara, unexpected, but I'm glad you're here. You should be allowed to see firsthand the fruits of your labor. That's the Midgard serpent. Of course not. Jormungandr is the network of tectonic ridges that encircles the Earth on the ocean floor. And we stand now on its weakest point, where the ancient supercontinent Pangea first broke in two. When this unleashes its fury below, the very seams of the planet will burst. The Midgard serpent will rise up and spew poison into the air. All the world will be consumed by fire and ash. Ragnarok! The seventh age is upon us!
All right, well, there's our explanation of that. Right. Shut it down! In the words of Gordon Ramsay. Okay, this is what I remember, this massive device type thing. I remember this being a little bit tricky too, so we'll see how this ends up working for us, but... You know, it's been relatively confusing to get through some of the level design here, you know, to begin with, so I can only imagine. The final bit here is probably not going to be so easy. At least they have like midway checkpoints, so that's good. Guess it takes a little while for Natla to like power up. Especially compared to original Tomb Raider, or even Anniversary. Whoops. Because she would have been tossing those fireballs like nobody's business. Okay, I see that there's some... Oh god. Some points where we can like grab onto stuff. Using the Thor ability, but... I don't know if I need to do that just yet. So just kind of throwing them out randomly. It's not so great. Ah! I need to go down, or do I need to go across? I know what the goal is here. Let me go. Whoa. Oh, shit. No. You're supposed to jump across, not down. Not that. I wish I could toss my secondary, to be honest. It's another thing I have to scroll through. Though it did look like there was something down there, like some kind of altar or something. I don't necessarily know what that was, but I think probably it's something I need to mess with, so... Oh, god damn it. Oh, wow. Somehow that saved me. Alright. So... I might need to go down, or I might need to go, like, across. Because that doesn't look like it's doing anything. Oh, there's also this. I guess we gotta maybe stop the waterfall. Can I target her? She's being a big pain in the ass right now. Seeing anything I can grab onto just yet. I'm guessing as quickly as she's firing all those fireballs, that probably means I can't access any of that. I'm gonna check this out down here. Let me go down real quick. Whoa. Got a new health kit. Whoa! I saw him coming around here. I didn't know he was going to be able to get up here, though. Okay, let me see. Just a limb falling. Oh, wow. Vibrating awful fierce there, Lara. Red marks. That doesn't seem to be anything. Shit. Okay, checkpoint, but I guess I could go that way, or I could get on those things. I don't know. This takes me back over here, why not? Get up there. Alright, I'm gonna keep moving until I find something to interact with. Which might be end of the line here. Hey, so wait a sec, that's a spot I was already at. Yeah, I guess this isn't quite that large. I'm guessing I can't go through there. I think that's the end goal. So there's got to be a way to manipulate this ring somehow. And, like, kind of get it going in another direction. Or at least move it to the point where we can block that waterfall out. Something like that. I just don't know how to go about doing it. Whoa! Okay, that's not what I meant to do. I just wanted to hop up on top of there. Hey, she looked alright. She's kind of floating around. Okay. Like this, look at that. That's, it's blue, which usually the blue stuff means that you can actually move it and interact with it, but I don't see a spot here that's giving me that option. Sometimes when I go around here, I see that little X pop up. Shit. The little X pop up, it looks like it's up in the air, but I don't think it is. I think it's just the one ring that's kind of on level with me there. Do a hot step over that way. Let me take a look at the bottom level again. Oops. Oh, damn it. Okay, I don't know what that was. It's like immune to this for a second. Wow. Hey, what's up, Skirty? Welcome back. How you doing? There sure are a lot of them. Okay, just trying to figure out what I need to do here. And there's like a ton of these giant enemies, so it's a little bit hard to do when constantly getting bothered by these guys. She were as fit as Lara. Well, we can all dream. There we go. Cool. Push it in. That's what I was looking for. Nice, nice. Okay. Let's see if I can wall hop here. I guess not. Well, maybe we need to do all the other ones first. And yeah, I've not been too bad. Wrapping up a few games on stream, so it's always nice. Careful now. Okay, I don't think I can access that one. Maybe we don't need to do all of them. Don't think I've been up there yet. I remember those rings. Okay, here's another spot that we could actually climb up on top of. Woo! That just takes us back to the center area, so I'm not going to worry about that. I was taking a look at that art book, because last time I was talking about it, I think you were here. But unfortunately, it doesn't really have as much in terms of production notes as I was hoping. There are actually a number of production notes for the core game, surprisingly, but not as much concept art, which is why those books were so thin, or that one book was so thin. But then the Crystal Dynamics, tons and tons and tons of behind-the-scenes art, and, you know, they had storyboards for the cutscenes, and they had loads of other things, concept arts, designs, all that kind of stuff, but not really as much production notes as I was hoping for, so slightly disappointed by that, but it is what it is. I didn't look into the Underworld one that much. Despite the fact that I already played this game, I still didn't necessarily want to be spoiled by the story. First thing I saw was the Lara's mother, and I'm like, oh. Well, I guess I remember now. I would have liked to see it unfold in the actual game, but whatever. So we need to get back to one of these higher pillars. That one right there, maybe. Oh, look. There's a little cup over there. I think this ending was inspired by the Tomb Raider movie in 2001. Was that the original one, or was that the Cradle of Life? Things changed. Oh, I was hoping she'd grab onto that lower one there. Oh, well. Wait, where are we? What is this? Oh, here we go. The original little time warp thing. Right. I remember now. And I always, every time I think about that particular ending, I always think it's the sequel, the Cradle of Life one. Even when I was watching it, because I rewatched it recently, like a few months ago. And I remember watching the ending, and I'm like, God damn, I thought I remember that being in the sequel. But it wasn't. There we go. Okay, so maybe I can get up this way. Could have been, though. It didn't really look like, according to the legend notes, it didn't really look like they knew what they were going for from the start. I doubt this particular rendition of Tomb Raider had a Bible or anything, where they had a specific plan about what they wanted to do. Oh, when you first saw Casino? I had completely forgotten, because I liked Tomb Raider as a kid and I watched it pretty frequently. I had it on DVD and everything. But I had completely forgotten that Daniel Craig was in that movie by the time Casino Royale came out. Because I think that came out, what, in like 2005, 2006? Something along those lines. So it had been a few years. And, yeah, I wasn't paying attention all that much. But surprisingly, nobody ever mentioned it. I mean, Tomb Raider wasn't a huge movie, but it was big enough, I thought. So I figured it'd get mentioned or something like that, but... That's funny, I think he does an American accent in that movie too, so... Let's go down here. It looks like this wraps around. Damn it. Yeah, I don't know how to get up here. Maybe we need to look at these little spinning things. Did they get up any higher? Maybe I can make them go higher. So I can climb onto that. Thank God Natla lost track of me. Oh, there are a couple up there. Alright. Here we go, here we go. I think, anyway. Used to wall climb in college, doing it without safety rope. Have a heart attack. I certainly wouldn't be doing it. Like I said, I used to do a couple parkour things with a few friends. It was just us sticking around, but, you know, it wasn't anything major. But I certainly wouldn't be doing it nowadays, or anything along these lines. That's way too much. Shoot, I wonder if I could push that one down there. Let's take a look at this first. Because this is the one I already pushed. Okay, I think we got one more left. Unpopular opinion, but you kind of liked Amanda and Legend. I mean, you know, she was kind of whiny and bratty, so I mean, she's meant to be unlikable. But you know, as a character, I guess I didn't really have too much of a problem with her outside of the point has to be made that she's supposed to be written that way. Let me just go down. I think this is probably our best bet. Whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't say to let go. Wow, that looked harsh. But she does come through in this one, so I mean, I guess that's nice. Yeah, when she starts shooting at her. Oh, it happened again. I'm trying to maneuver, see if I could go left or right, because I just want to hop off of the edge there, but, like at some point, Lara just lets go. I want you to let go. Damn it. I think that's probably the way to get down. I just need to get down to a safer point. Oh, look at that. What the hell? The game was like, all right. We've seen this too many times. Just have a safe spot here. I mean, aside the fact that the game was short and then it ended on a cliffhanger, the ending was pretty good. And you actually get a little... What the hell? You actually get a little personality out of Lara. One of my biggest problems with Legend playing it recently was the fact that she was just not... I don't know, like nothing dampened her spirits, which I guess is nice enough, but yeah, she's like super bubbly in that game. And I feel like Lara in previous iterations had a little bit more range. What's up, Tay? Welcome back. What's the next game after you get finished play this sorry game? I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. I think they remade the TR2 swimsuit for her. Swimsuit? Whose swimsuit? Got confused there. Okay, I think we need to drop back down. I need to get back down to the lower level. Also, Tay is the guy... Oh, that shouldn't have happened. In the YouTube chat, for anybody wondering, he's also the guy that threw away this game because he didn't like how Lara's face looked. So, I should probably tell you what his standards are. But, just letting you know that he's the one saying that this is the sorry game, not me. Okay, I need to get back up to the mid-level area. So let's get up. I already pushed that one. Oh. It's actually almost made it. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, though. You're talking about, Skirty, you're talking about the alternate swimsuit, like the alternate wetsuit, like they call it, like the cold dry suit or something like that. Yeah, because it's like silver and blue. I don't know if it's exactly the same as the TR2 one, but it's probably pretty close. If anything, it's an homage. Calm down, Natla. Nope, not that one. There you go. Okay, so that is the one you're talking about. Yeah, I think so. I just didn't give it I didn't give it a chance because I'm like, oh, we get the others. We get the other wetsuit. Yeah, let me get that one. I think when I originally played this, I probably picked that one just because I was trying to go for trying to look at all the costumes. God, they're going crazy with all these giants. It's a good thing they can't come down here. There's also a floating piece of something there. I don't know what that is. Okay. Let's see. This is... Okay, I think this is the one. But I think we need to hop between a couple platforms to actually get up there. Did I like the first Tomb Raider movie or Cradle of Life or the newest one? I didn't see the newest one. The way the newest one looked to me, it just looked like a straight adaptation of the 2013 game, and I'm like, it's like if I wanted to relive that story, I'd just replay the game again, so I never felt it necessary. So I never watched that one. I've got a friend that's a big Tomb Raider fan, and he watched it, and he said that it wasn't that great, so I just took his word for it and never really made an attempt. I actually liked the... I missed nothing? Okay, good. Well then, I'm glad my instincts were correct on that. I actually liked the first Tomb Raider movie quite a bit. I think it has a certain charm to it. It is pretty damn corny, but I don't really mind it that much. I think Angelina Jolie does a decent job as Lara, as far as you can do with like a, you know, adaptation of a video game character. You could do a whole lot worse. And it's just kind of like a fun action movie. It's not good by any means, but it's not terrible. I've seen a lot worse movies in my time. Let's see if I can actually get up here. Cool. Cradle of Life is okay. Look at this. Looks like I'm gonna... Alright, whatever. Looked like I was gonna, like, ramp right towards it. But I felt it lacked kind of the character that the first movie had. I think it's probably a better quality movie, but I don't think it's as fun, and it feels more generic. On the same page? Alright, cool. Well, good. I like agreeing with the audience, though I will fight to get my word in if need be. Alright, damn, I finally got up here. I need to work my way back up to the top that way. Oof. This has been kind of rough, but so far so good, I guess. Anyway, the first two movies aren't terrible in terms of what I like in a movie, but, you know, I'm not going to call them like masterpieces of filmmaking or anything like that. But I do think the first one is probably my favorite, which is why I bought it in 4K. I have that one. That's the only Tomb Raider I actually own anymore, and I bought it in like Ultra HD because it was cheap. This Tomb Raider movie was horrible. Actress looks just like the new Lara, but it was so cringy. She didn't really... Oh, does she? I don't know. I guess I've only ever seen her in the movie poster, but she's... I don't know. She doesn't exude any of the qualities of Lara Croft, in my opinion. And I guess you could argue that neither does the new trilogy Lara, but I think she kind of does in a sense. How am I going to do this? Do I have to jump over here? Oh, you know what? Hold up. Okay, I think I might see what we're doing here. But yeah, the what's her name? Vandercroft or something like that? I mean, she's super, super thin. She doesn't look athletic in the slightest to me. She doesn't look like she can take a fall or a punch, or she can take no punishment whatsoever just based on her looks. So just when I took a look at the actress, I kind of like, really? You couldn't get somebody that's a little more bulky? Kind of a similar situation with like Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. The woman's a twig, and she's supposed to be like Amazonian, you know, badass. It's just, I'm not buying it. Behind the scenes of a badass Angelina Jolie. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that. I've never seen like... Well, okay, I had the DVD, so I might have watched the extras. Especially in my teenage years, I was bigger into disc extras, but I don't think I've seen them on the UHD. I basically just rewatched the movie, and that was it. It's like I don't have time for extra bits anymore, I guess. Someday I will. I'll plug it back in. Maybe after I'm done with all these games, I'll rewatch the movie. Alright, I'm glad we figured out how to do all this. I mean, that was kind of cool. I bet you this is the part Indy was talking about. Another one of the regulars here. He was talking about how he got stuck in this game. But I was pretty damn far in the game. He said I got stuck later on in this game when he said that, and I was pretty far in it, so it's probably this part. It's Too bad he isn't here. Might have been able to show him what to do. Oh, wow. Can she recall it back?
Not if you clear the corridor and get us out of here. Out of juice, just like Bolivia.
The good news is we saved the world. The bad news is now we're gonna die here. Huh, just like your mother.
Wait.
I don't know. There might be a little bit left. At least in the classic 2 murder games, we always, like, had to run out of the temple while it's falling apart. Also, you think this is your favorite Lara voice actress?
Always brings you here. What will happen if I'm already here?
Keely Hawes is pretty good.
You'll go to hell.
The sword. But you can.
What about you?
I can reach you if you hold out your hand.
You trust me?
We're out of time, Amanda.
She should have shot Amanda. Well, she wouldn't have been able to get back then. But Amanda is pushing those buttons. Also, this thing is kind of like the Stargate.
So it's back to this, is it?
What? You think we're even?
Would killing me make us even? Goodbye, Mother. Rest in peace.
For Kyle. Man, that did not phase that soundtrack out all that well. It just kind of like cut. Well, there you go. I guess that's it. No running out of the temple or anything. It's a big sword for you. When this game came out, Lara had the most polygons of any game character. She still looks amazing. Yeah. I think that was mentioned one of the previous times. They also mentioned the exact polygon count in one of the books. I don't remember specifically what it was, but I guess it was an impressive amount at the time. But yeah, this whole game actually looks good still. We were commenting on it when we were first getting into it, but you know, the whole level design and layout of this game is really quite impressive, even by today's standards. Also, thank you, appreciate that, everybody with the GGs and whatnot. So, thank you. That's another one down, and actually, with this, we're completely finished with the Tau trilogy, or the Legend trilogy, as some people put it. Let me check something real quick here. I'm just gonna. Sorry, the game's gonna freak out for a moment. All right. Let's get back into it. The credits actually skipping. There we go. Okay, so that was Tomb Raider Underworld. Kind of been a long time coming getting through the rest of this game, or the rest of this trilogy, but yeah, I feel like it was worth it. Shorter, obviously, than the core games, but that's how you go. Unfortunately, after this is when we get right into the reboot, so you know they didn't continue this at any point afterward. Keely Hawes, we were talking about, mentioned it briefly, the voice actress for Lara. She might be my second favorite, but I got a soft spot for Jonelle Elliott, who does Lara in the latter Tomb Raider games, like Last Revelation, I believe, and Chronicles, and Angel of Darkness. So I don't know, I just personal preference, but Keely Hawes did a good job. I think particularly in this game, I like this game the best out of the trilogy. Just, it was clearly evident to me by the time I was playing maybe like the second or third level of this. I was like, okay, this feels like an actual evolution of what was established already in the core games. Whereas when we went into Legend, it felt like it was a little bit, I don't know, a bit too skewed. I mean, I know they were trying to kind of reset things while trying to keep this general spirit of Tomb Raider, but I feel like they might have gone a little bit too far in the other direction. Had some good moments, had some good mechanics. I did like the combat mechanics, I think probably the best in that game, just because it was so easy to blast people away. And it was, you know, once you get a feel for it, it was actually pretty fun to kind of jump around people, shooting them in the head and whatnot. But I did have my problems with that game. I didn't like Zip and Alistair constantly in your ear throughout the levels, all the little quips that they make. It ruined the feeling of isolation from the original Tomb Raider games that I love so much. And there were segments that I didn't really care for, such as the bike segments, which I brought up a lot. Yeah, didn't like any of that. Just the game was super short, so that was a part of the problem. My issues with Lara, she cracks finally at the end of that game. She shows a little bit of emotion, but prior to that, she was just like really bubbly, and nothing could dampen her spirits, and it just didn't seem like Lara Croft to me. And then, of course, with Anniversary, mostly a good game. I felt like too much content was cut out compared to the original. The levels felt a lot shorter, they're a lot more streamlined, which I guess is better in some aspects, but I don't know. I kind of missed some of the little details that were actually in the original Tomb Raider game that got skimped on in Anniversary. Also didn't like the QTEs in that game. I thought it robbed us of some potentially, like, you could potentially have improved on boss battles like they did with the Centaur statues. Like, that was definitely a step up from the original. I felt like you could have done the same thing with fights with Larson and Pierre and, you know, the rest of the crew when you actually get on Natla's island, and kind of relegating them to QTEs. I just felt kind of skimped, and I don't know, I wasn't too on board with that. But overall, I thought that game was fine. I liked it more than Legend, sorry. But finally, when we come to Underworld, I feel like this was the definitive game in this trilogy. I feel like this one did it the best. And yeah, it was in a completely different generational platform. This was 7th gen game, whereas the other two were primarily made for 6th gen consoles. And this was kind of a step up in a lot of ways, visually, in terms of like gameplay mechanics, so many things. And I felt like this one kind of brought it back to feeling a little bit more like an original Tomb Raider game. You had that feeling of isolation, despite the fact that Alistair and Zip were still present in a sense. You know, they're only there to kind of either cap off a level or just kind of get you through it in the prologue, and then after that they leave you alone. You don't hear from them. You feel like you're on your own. You're solving stuff on your own. So I appreciate that aspect of it. Lots of puzzles in this game, which I felt like some of the previous games didn't really touch on too much. At least not as intense as this one did. I did like a lot of the physics-based stuff. I actually liked the grapple hook in this game, where I didn't really like it in Anniversary. Was it in Legend? I guess it was in Legend too. I didn't really like it as much as the previous two games. This one I liked what they did with it, incorporating it into puzzles and whatnot. Like the vehicle segments could get a little bit intense at times, but nothing ever felt too unfair. And the fact that you could use it like in puzzles or actually using it to kind of navigate through a level and do basically platforming with it, I thought that was kind of cool. I like the story in this one. I like the setting. I liked a lot of the level design. Level design was harsh in this game. It was kind of hard to navigate in some instances, but I guess it never felt too unfair. It's another one of those things that we've heard complaints about in the chat previously, where there's a lot of trial and error with it. I don't mind that as much, especially given the fact that the checkpoints are pretty fair and frequent. So it's not as bad as it would have been, say, if it had like a save point system or something like that. So I don't know. The general feeling with this game is that it was the best of the trilogy. It was the most improved, I think, and it probably felt the most like an original Tomb Raider game, whereas I didn't quite get those feelings with the other ones. But definitely my favorite of the three. Glad I played it. Glad I revisited it. Completely forgot about a lot of this stuff that happened in this game. Probably my only points that I didn't care for were it gets a little bit glitchy. In some instances, there were some like platforming segments where it just didn't work out that great. And yeah, it felt like everything kind of rushed at the end there. I was a little bit disappointed with what they did with Lara's mother. They were like, okay, she's dead, or she's a zombie now. Lara has to kill her. That's fine. Let that breathe a little bit. Don't just like have the doppelganger run in immediately. Why don't we progress through the level a little bit? Maybe have a reflect on that. Do something. I guess it's whatever. The Tomb Raider games aren't exactly known for their stories all that much, but I would have preferred something along those lines. I would have preferred a fight with the doppelganger. There's like all this lead up and build up to her, and then she gets offed in a cutscene, so that was kind of that kind of fell flat. But other than that, yeah, I don't know. I liked everything else. I thought the final level was cool. Don't really have any other complaints. So anyway, hope you guys liked it. I'm not done yet. I'm gonna quit the game. We're gonna boot up the new Tomb Raider since I'm going in release order. So stay tuned for that. You missed the dual pistols also. Sorry, I go on rants when I... not necessarily a rant, but I do like to critique a game after I finish it when the credits are rolling. So that was just that. But like the game. Like it a lot. And we'll go ahead and exit. Doppelganger could destroy us. We don't dare fight her. I mean, Lara had to have her ass saved by Amanda, so maybe there's a point to that. But I would have liked something. I would have liked to do like a little bit of a fight. If she's got to get her ass saved by Amanda, at least have it in a cutscene after the fact. Let's do a little bit of a battle with her. I think they could have done something cool with that. But oh well, it is what it is. And it was sort of a callback to Anniversary in the original Tomb Raider 2, because Lara does mention that Natla, I don't think she specifically names her, but she says like Natla sent something similar to attack her before, which was a reference to the like skinless doppelganger from the original game. So I don't know, but yeah, you got this like sexy goth Lara. It looks like she's at an Angel of Darkness or something like that, and then she just gets thrown into the blue goo and that's it. She's not there anymore. If the new game or more movies revives the pistols, you hit the crossbow thing. Oh yeah, the crossbow, the bow and arrow, the whole survivalist thing. I think that fad is probably dying off in a bit here, but it's funny too, because at the end of the new Tomb Raider game, she like whips out the double pistols, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, she's gonna use them from now on out. No, I guess something always happens to prevent that. It's kind of ridiculous, but It is what it is, and I don't know. I mean, apparently, because I've seen kind of the ending, or the original ending, because there was an original ending to Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which I haven't played, by the way. But I heard the controversy because there was an original ending, and then on a day one patch they changed that original ending. But in the original ending, it looked like it was leading into the original Tomb Raider games. So like this new trilogy was just a prequel trilogy to get into the main games, or at least be sort of a tie-in. And then I don't know, they changed their minds, I guess. I guess maybe they feel there's more origin story to tell. Who knows? Anyway, speaking of origin story, we're going to get into that in a sec here, so let me exit out of this game. It's like a trademark. It's like Mark making Clifford the Big Red Dog be small. Yeah, basically, yeah, it's essentially that. I'm going to BRB for real quick, probably get some water, and then we're going to start up a new game after that. So give me just a sec. I'll be right back.